And his opponent across the ring fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with silver and weighed in at 12 stone, 9 pounds. Hailing from Manchester, England, he is undefeated with 7 wins. 4 of his 7 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tommy TNT Fury!
That'll probably be the second biggest reception you will hear tonight. Of course, when his older half-brother comes out, they'll probably hear that across the English channel. But Tommy Fury in action now against Daniel Bochinski.
Cleanly, take a step back, throw no punches. Mind your heads, and most importantly, gents, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
Tommy Fury was scheduled to face Jake Paul. Jake Paul, the boxer, the YouTube star, the media sensation. That was scheduled, Tim, for this past December. But Tommy Fury was forced to withdraw due to, quote, a medical issue that impacted his training camp. There was a severe chest infection. He suffered through some broken ribs that were suffered in training. So now here he arrives for this bout against Daniel Bochinski, scheduled for 6 rounds.
Good work right there from Tommy Fury. Coming out, using his jab, being aggressive. He's going to look to close the distance on the taller Bochinski. Really good jab by him. Coming right down the middle. Good footwork. Tommy Fury looks to have great balance.
For Bochinski, it's his first appearance outside of his native Poland. And he is coming off a KO loss. That was last March. It was the first loss of his career. He's 10-1. But he was knocked out in the 5th round against a fighter named Patrick Szymanski. I wouldn't expect much power from Bochinski, Timmy. He only has 2 knockouts in 11 fights.
Not at all. I don't expect a whole lot of power either. He doesn't really plant and set his feet. Bochinski occasionally is landing the right hand over the top of the jab of Fury. And you mentioned earlier on about the possibility of him fighting against not much coming from Bochinski. A lot of movement. Occasionally he'll land a jab over the top of the lazy jab of Tommy Fury. But Fury right now is not doing too much himself. Occasionally landing a body shot with the right hand.
Fury had a layoff of 237 days prior to this fight here. That was back in August of last year. Remember, was scheduled to face Jake Paul, the boxer and YouTube sensation, but had to withdraw because of a medical issue. We asked him about Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's not coming to my mind once. And I hear all this talk about him saying, oh, he doesn't fancy the fight anymore, then he fancies the fight, then I'm a potential opponent, then I'm not. You know, get your facts straight before you speak my name, and if you want to fight, let's get on and do it. You know, I'm ready whenever, because I don't need a training camp for him. It's very unfortunate what happened to me in December, because if December had gone through, you wouldn't have been hearing his name ever again in boxing, because he is useless. He cannot fight, and there is no chance in hell he beats me, and I do not even need to train for him. So let me get Saturday out of the way, put on a massive performance, a great knockout, what I'm planning on doing. And when I'm on the couch eating pizzas, burgers and donuts, what I love to do, let him give me a call and I'll be there the next day, because I do not need to train for him. This man can't fight. That's why he's dodging everybody a boxer. That's why he's fighting 60-year-old UFC fighters.
So that was Tommy Fury on Jake Paul, and the prospect of having a fight scheduled with him again. Round number 2 scheduled for 6. Straight right hand buckles Buczynski. So he gets off to a good start here in round 2, and he's searching for that right hand again, Timmy.
Good right hand right there, down to the body. Tommy Fury right there, landing the right hand after the jab. Hurt Buczynski. And you speaking of Jake Paul, you know, Jake Paul, you can say whatever you want to say about him, but he can fight. He can fight. He needs some sort of respect because he has punching power. You know, he has a really good trainer as well. And he's game. It's not like he's playing boxing. No, guys, he is training. He is serious about the craft of boxing, about his craft.
Trying to catch him with that right hand as Buczynski came in.
Seeing the punch that Buczynski keeps landing is the right hand. Guess who has the right hand? Jake Paul. A serious right hand. Throws it down to the body, and he also throws it over the top. And if he's going to step foot in the ring with Jake Paul, he's going to have to avoid getting hit with these right hands. There it is again. Good combination right there from Fury. Stepping in behind the jab with a combination.
Tommy Fury, the 22-year-old younger half-brother of the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. Opened up this second round with a solid right hand that stunned Buczynski. Buczynski falling in and getting hit by a right hand. End of round 2. So while the younger brother opens up our pay-per-view undercard, the older brother arrives, and that scene here on the jumbo screens at Wembley receives a roar. You can start to see the focus of Tyson Fury as he is making his way, and there is his wife Paris and his family and entourage flanking him. You'll always see his brother Shane by his side. His father John has been a big presence throughout the week leading up to this fight. But everywhere he has gone all week long in London, all eyes are on the 6'9" undefeated heavyweight champion of the world as he has arrived here at Wembley Stadium. He will make his way to the locker room with his trainer Sugar Hill Stewart, get taped up, get loosened up, meet with the referee, and then fight Dillian Whyte in front of 94,000. Round number 3 between his younger brother Tommy and Daniel Buczynski. Tommy Fury, who was the second place finisher on the ITV dating reality show Love Island, and gained huge fame and popularity because of his reality show appearance. Puts a right hand to the body here in round 3.
Tess, he can fight a little bit, honestly. You know, Tommy Fury, you know, he has pretty good balance. Like I said early on, occasionally gets hit with right hands. He keeps getting hit with that right hand because he's jabbing from a little bit too close. And he needs to pick up that shoulder when he's jabbing so he can protect the left side of his head, the left side of his face.
Fury is 7-0. But Timmy, anytime you see a young prospect, and especially a young prospect who has marketing appeal, and Tommy Fury has as much marketing appeal with his reality show fame and of course his last name, he has as much as anybody, always look at who they've been in against. And of course you expect limited competition, and that has been the case with Tommy Fury. The combined record of his 7 opponents since he has turned pro to get his mark to 7-0, 14 wins, 175 losses and 5 draws.
Listen, Tess, you can hide for some time coming up through the ranks, but then eventually you got to fight somebody with some credibility. And when you do, a lot of the times.
Big right hand came in against Bocinski. And now Bocinski ties up on the inside.
Things don't turn out well for you. Saw a right hand from Bocinski that buckled the legs of Fury.
Snapping that jab off the hip is Tommy Fury. Trying to set up that right hand. Bocinski was able to get away from it.
Nice boxing, Tommy. That's it. Forget about the power. Box. Put them together.
Round 3, you see the average length of a fight for Fury so far in the early stages of his career is just 2.5 rounds. Double jab, right hand to the body. Now Bocinski against the ropes, and he comes off and ties up again. Combination to close out the 3rd round for Tommy Fury. And there is the champ, and he is getting into rhythm. And he can probably hear the crowd from where he is backstage as he looks up at the monitor. Music will be playing. He does like a loose atmosphere. Timmy, through the years when we have broadcast Tyson Fury fights, he will sit there and be playful watching our broadcast feed, and every single time the camera's on him, he'll try to do something to get more and more attention and more laughs out of his crowd. Right now he's just dancing to the music.
Yeah, but he's loose back there. That's where you want a fighter to be. You want to be loose, you want to be calm. You know, you don't want to burn any necessary energy, you know, being too serious back there. He's enjoying the festivities. He's enjoying the festivities of his hard work. Nothing wrong with that. I like it.
Very few men on earth who have experienced what it is to be part of a mega event pay-per-view and be in the main event at the superstar level. Tim, you're one of them. You know what it's like to go up against Manny Pacquiao. You know what it's like to win one of these fights. What do you remember the first time that you fought Pacquiao about the anticipation once you arrived, once you got to the locker room?
You know, once I got in the locker room, it felt like I was just, you know, in the gym, back at home in the gym. Once I get the wraps on, I'm relaxed. But the lead up, that burns a ton of energy. You know, when you're in your hotel room and you're thinking about the fight, you're thinking about the game plan over and over and over, and it can be very stressful. But I can tell you this, before you step foot in this arena, all the little doubts that you've had in your mind, you gotta get rid of those. You have to attack those head on, because if you come in this ring with any doubts, things can end up bad for you in there.
Round number 4 for the heavyweight champion's younger brother, light heavyweight Tommy Fury. The CompuBox numbers to this point, Tommy Fury in complete control, landing 42 of 126. Bocinski has landed only 9 punches according to CompuBox.
Oh, Tyson Fury, he needs to step on it. Tommy Fury, he needs to step on the gas, honestly. You know, he's physically stronger. Bocinski's not doing much. He's jabbing every now and then. Occasionally he'll throw a right hand, but I'm looking for Tommy Fury to step on the gas, step in the inside, break this guy down to the body, and get rid of him.
Just do what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. Get your punches out there.
I'm going to tell you right now, with this type of performance right now, I'm letting you know Jake Paul right now is sitting at home laughing. He's sitting at home laughing right now.
Be busy, Tom.
He better be lucky he didn't get in the ring with Jake Paul, the way he's looking right now.
Where do you see the need for a big leap forward and improvement for Tommy Fury?
Well, I can tell you this. Hands are down right now. Occasionally he'll shoot the jab right down the middle, which is a beautiful thing, and he gets his head off of the line, but the improvement needs to be in the inside. You know, low blow right there. Not a really good inside fighter. Another thing is that when he puts his combinations together, he's off balance right there with that combination. He kind of slaps with his punches. He don't really turn his punches over.
Got a good-looking heavyweight prospect coming up in moments. The 8-0 David Adelaide. Isaac Lowe, the featherweight stablemate of Tyson Fury, will be in action, and we will have the British and Commonwealth welterweight title fight between Esserman and Tetley, all before the heavyweight championship of the world. Now Tyson Fury just stretching out, laying down, getting relaxed. 7-0-1 in lineal world championship fights. That great history that dates all the way back to John L. Sullivan in 1884, who transitioned from the bare knuckle era to the gloved era of modern boxing, and Tyson Fury, the 38th man going back to the 1800s to be the heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King. As Wembley continues to fill up, they sold 85,000 tickets in 3 hours, and now up to 94. And there is John Fury, the father of both Tyson and Tommy Fury. Tommy, the half-brother, 22 years old. The champ is 33 years old. He'll be 34 in August. Total punches a 52-11 connect advantage, and he scores the combination. That is being ruled a push down by referee Karen McCann.
Yeah, it was a push down. I mean, he did right. It's a veteran tactic. I'm sure he learned inside the gym. You got a guy, got his head down. You force him down to the canvas.
It was interesting when we were on our preview show of ESPN. I couldn't help but laugh when we see the right hand comes, and we constantly see blood now coming from the left eye of Buczynski as he throws off a right hand at Fury. Timmy, you were going to say on that right hand?
Yeah, you know, another right hand got in. I mean, Fury's doing exactly what I would expect him to do, overpower Buczynski. Should have been doing that from round one.
As a cut has opened up on the left eye of Daniel Buczynski, who is fighting as a pro for the first time outside of Poland. Very limited skill set out of Buczynski. Very limited power. We told you only has 2 knockouts in his 11 previous fights.
Yeah, that's why you see no concern from Fury, because he doesn't feel the punching power. But if he gets in there with the puncher, like a Jake Paul, he will feel that power.
Played you that clip of the interview with Tommy Fury earlier, as he was saying, I wouldn't even need to train for Jake Paul.
I'm gonna tell him to stay away from Jake Paul. I'm gonna tell you right now, because this is a guy that has no punching power, don't really belong in the ring with him, and he's having a hard time getting him up out of there.
Right hand scores again from Tommy Fury. Tried to split the guard and follow it up.
There's no doubt about it, but Buczynski is tough. He can take a lot of punishment. There it is. Nice right hand over the top.
Knockdown scored half a minute ago here in round 5. Let's see if Tommy Fury can finish him. Stalking behind the jab, comes in with the right hand, and then Bocinski ties up. Fury, last 15 seconds to work here. Opened up a cut with the right hand around the left eye of Bocinski, and then scored the knockdown in the final minute of round 5. Scheduled for 6. And we will see that final round. Timmy, take us through the right hand scored by Tommy Fury.
Pretty simple. Got his hand extended out, looking to line up something. Boom, right hand right down the middle. You see the left hand of Bocinski down. He's stepping straight back in a straight line. Right hand comes right down the middle. Right on the money.
Sixth and final round between Fury and Bocinski. Tommy Fury has landed 47 of 109 power punches thrown. Power punch in that last round that did damage was the right hand, as they had to tend to that cut above the left eye of Bocinski. 15 power punches landed in that last round.
Tess Fury's too nice. Nice guy, too nice.
What do you mean by that, Timmy?
You know what, after the round, I saw him, touch gloves with the guy. He's comfortable. He's okay with what's going on right now. A little bit too nice. Needs to get meaner. Uppercut's a little bit too far out. Fury needs to be careful doing that.
No, you do it against a more skilled guy, and you're going to have a more violent outcome.
And Tess, I understand he's green. I do understand that. He's green. You can say whatever you want about Jake Paul, but I can tell you this: he's a lot more suitable, I believe, than Tommy Fury thinks he is, or not, I should say.
Both men opening up with right hands, just a glancing blow from Fury. You made everybody laugh on our preview show about an hour ago when we first took the shot at Tommy Fury, and you got to look at him. He's a handsome guy, and he's chiseled, he's in great shape. And you said, how are they related?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at Tyson Fury's body, it looks like my body now. 215, 210 pounds. Love handles now. But look at this guy. He look like a specimen. Look at him. Look like a superhero. And he wants to box to mess up his face. I don't know if he's going to be modeling anytime soon if he continues to fight.
There's a right uppercut from Tommy Fury. Tried to come over the top with the right hand, but Bocinski was able to get out of the way. Had a feeling there at the end of the 5th round, Bocinski may not see the 6th round, but now he's about to go the distance with Tommy Fury.
Yeah, it's not much coming back from Bocinski at all. Not much. And he's still in this fight.
End of 6. We'll hear from the judges in a moment. We'll hear from Tommy Fury in a moment. But of course, all the attention put forth on his older brother, Tyson Fury, as that is Mauricio Sulaiman, who is flanking Sugar Hill Stewart, the trainer of Tyson Fury. Sulaiman is the head of the WBC, the famed Green Belt, which is the boxing organization that Tyson Fury